Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move on this Tuesday. Bloomberg News equities reporter Nora Melinda on Tuesday's Stock Movers. So Newsmax, yeah. I mean, how could you not talk about Newsmax today?
I mean, I just think it's such an insane number. That's why I love talking about these big numbers, right? So we're seeing Newsmax shares that ended for triple-digit gains today, up 179%. We know, of course, that Newsmax is owned by former New York Post journalist Christopher Ruddy. And this company really got a lot of traction during the election time period, the run up to the election, as people were tuning into conservative media ahead of President Trump's presidential election. This company IPO'd yesterday and listed on the New York Stock Exchange. The company has a market value of more than $10.7 billion, but it did surge triple digits yesterday. 780% jump.
No, it's $30 billion.
Is it?
Yes.
It's $30 billion.
Where am I misspeaking?
No, listen, I'm with you because at one
That
point...
was probably yesterday.
I'm outdated.
Earlier in the session, I actually had noted it, and I was like, oh, it's now like a $10 or $12 billion market cap. But it just kept going up, going up.
My goodness.
It is a $30 billion market cap company. It is up 2,200%.
Wow. Makes Chris a billionaire now.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, he's a billionaire now. And
Easily.
just to Romaine contextualized this for us during our simulcast, looking at Warner Brothers Discovery, for example. That's a $25 billion company. Paramount Global, an $8.3 billion company. If
Like
we're
I
talking
said-
about, like, what about the New York Times? Because
All I'm going to say is mid-May, they're going to report their earnings. Cannot wait.
so New York Times, I'm just pulling it up on the terminal,
What a time.
$8.2 billion company.
All right, we got to move on.
The comparison's insane.
Yeah.
We just got to move on.
We'll see how long it goes for.
I know.
Stuff does not last forever.
Right.
I know.
Keeping kind of in the realm of entertainment, I was also keeping an eye on companies like Vivid Seats and Live Nation. We had Vivid Seats falling. It fell about 2.4% today. Live Nation did end up 1% higher, but why we've really been looking at this today is because President Trump signed an executive order. He's really trying to crack down on ticket scalping and fees. We had our colleague Kayla Gardner in D.C. She wrote about this on the terminal yesterday evening, but essentially Trump is trying to direct the FTC to work with the DOJ to ensure that competition laws are enforced in the concert and entertainment industry. I don't know if you guys remember way back when Taylor Swift's concert tickets were
that
surging.
was not very long ago.
I know.
In my lifetime, it wasn't long ago.
I feel like
Nora.
so much has happened since then.
She just finished her tour. They were really expensive.
So much has happened since then, but they were so expensive.
But they were expensive
What era
because
was
they
that?
were in demand. Like, is this about the fees and stuff that...
Thank you for laughing.
No, but
Nora.
is this really about the fees that are thrown on top of everything?
I mean, he's saying that he's urging for transparency at, quote, all stages of the ticket purchasing process. So, I mean, of course, that's not the best news for places like Vivid
supply
Seats.
and demand is supply and demand. But
That's
I just
true.
feel like
they can really run up a ticket.
when scalpers used to buy them all and like...
You know what? I'm just going to throw this out there.
Are you just hurt?
I'm hurt because I don't think Bon Iver is going to go on a new tour this year. And Bon Iver's got a new album coming out in a little over a week. This is my favorite band. I wouldn't call it an art project. It's not even a band. You guys know what the Bon Iver stands know what I'm talking about.
I was like, oh, is this something your son listens to?
I know.
Well, he does because he's forced to listen to it because I force him to listen to
Bon
it.
Iver sounds like...
No,
Probably forcing
Bon
the headphones on
Iver.
him.
Bon Iver. Sorry.
You might have to do the spelling.
It sounded like...
Where's Cece? I got to
We're
find
a little lost
Cece.
over here.
It sounded like Bon Iver. Okay, come on. We got to get to one more. PVH. This was a stock that I highlighted.
Yes. A name in the green, owner of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. We saw double-digit gains today, up 18%. That's the best day in 2 years for the company. It said that it expects sales growth to be flat or slightly positive, but Wall Street was thinking that they would have a half-point decline in terms of percentage there for sales growth. But Evercore did call out that some of the company's initiatives are, quote, starting to stabilize the business. But, I mean, if you look at the stock, it's still down, almost 40% this year.
What's it? Jeremy Allen White. That's the
You're
the
fighting
actor.
it?
No, he's going back to the Calvin Klein underwear.
Yeah, the Calvin Klein.
The bear.
The Bear. Season 3 of The Bear. When is that happening?
No spoilers,
How long
please.
is it going to take for you to get over this?
You know, probably until next quarter.
Yeah. Yesterday, or after the close yesterday, when the
Or
earnings
season
came
4
out.
of The Bear. When is that happening?
And so he was looking at PVH because we were
behind.
breaking down the earnings, and up pops on the screen is the bear. And
So June
underwear.
June 2025, perhaps, according to Gemini, Google AI, uncited.
Okay.
Potentially.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.